welcome back from that short break. Well, to keep on with the conversation, you can follow us on our social media handles at Smart24 TV Live, that is our YouTube. Smart24 TV now, that is our Twitter handle. We're going on with CJ Home Solutions. They're telling us their story, their amazing business journey. So continuing with our conversation, I want us to know, as you're cleaning people's homes, it looks like a normal, easy job, but do we expect things like you do the record keeping of how much you've encountered this day, of the employees you're having, people you're working with? Like, do you really streamline every single record of your business?
Yeah. Also, you don't need to do too much. The more experience you have, somehow you know that a one-bedroom house is going to cost this much, unless something out of the ordinary happens, like the car getting an issue. For example, we can go to a place and maybe we forget to turn off the battery, and then the battery runs low and now we have to be jump-started. Those are costs that we did not plan for. But if everything goes as planned, you know that 30,000 is going to like equipment and all those things. Maybe 60,000 is going to labor, 20,000 is going to lunch, and 20,000 is going to fuel. So you can know. So unless something out of the ordinary happens, nothing usually changes. Yeah.
So now that you're in the ecosystem, how are you managing competition with the other cleaning businesses?
Yeah, by the way.
We don't see them.
You don't? You can't relate?
We don't see them. Like, guys, I'm joking. But the competition is there, but there's no business without competition unless you invent something new. Even rockets, it's not one. Yeah, there's always billionaires threatening to make their own. Yeah. So there's competition everywhere. What you have to ask yourself is, what am I doing unique from them? So first of all, we are very heavy on social media. I want to believe that we are the heaviest social media users. I want to believe that if someone asked for, I would like some cleaning services offered in my house, I expect at least more than 3 people to tag me, because they always do. Like, it's overwhelming. It's actually really humbling. Like when someone asks, like, oh, I have dirty couches, like 10 people tag me in that tweet, like, go to Joy Tiramhawe. So there are other companies, but like 3, and I usually go through their profiles to see, oh, I have new competition. But yeah, you have to check out your competition and even learn from them, because you can check and, oh my God, these guys have machinery you've never seen. So now you have to Google and be like, what does this do? Are they doing a better job than us? Can we get this? How much is it? Where can I buy it from? And there are some people who are even generous enough to share. People are not mean. So if you text them and be like, maybe I'd like to talk to the CEO or manager, and you ask them, of course some will bounce you, but like others will tell you, oh, I bought it from Power Products. You can go check it out. It was this much. I also tell people, because I mean, if I tell you it's 7 million, and maybe you can afford it or you can't afford it, but even if you can afford it, I don't think my clients are going to run out from my business to come to yours unless I'm really not giving them the service, which is okay. People are allowed to change to a competitor if they feel you're not offering them a good service, because I believe that even some of our clients maybe probably used another company and they were not satisfied with the services that they came to us. So competition is healthy. It keeps you in check. It helps you improve. You also get people to learn from, because imagine you are the only company doing this. You don't know. You have to honestly really learn from someone. It's only healthy to have competition.
With this conversation, I'm having lots of imaginations about your business. If I'm wrong, set me free. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, with this business, it's easier once you get your clients. I don't know how it is with you guys, but I feel like if you've done a good job for someone, they'll literally keep calling you back over and over again, right? For the business. So
they do.
Like you couldn't. It's not like difficult for you to get back your clients, or you don't lose out people.
Okay, here's the thing. Our services are not like food that they need it every day, every week. When you're a restaurant and you're near someone's home, high chances are every single day or even week they'll buy from you. For example, if you're staying at a hostel and the hostel inside is giving you good food, why would you put the burden of moving outside to buy food when you can just order even from your room? Yeah. So the reason why you might move from that hostel food to go and buy food from outside is because maybe the hostel food is bad, yeah? But unfortunately, our services, or even fortunately, I don't know, our services are not a daily use. People don't wash their couches every week.
Maybe once in a month.
even that is too much. Unless you have kids, about 3 to 4 months. There are people who don't even know that couches are washed because ever since they were born, they've never seen their couches being washed. So we have machines that suck out all the water. Yeah, so I think when we were growing up, people used to replace the cloth.
Yeah.
They'll just change it. That is what we knew. Even now, people, when we post couch clean, they're like, what? I was going to change my what? My cloth. And that's going to cost them like what? A lot of money, and the kids will still come and cut it the next day. So cleaning is a cheaper option, and you don't have to do it every day. So our services are like a 3 months period usage. Once in a year, because you don't pressure wash your compound every single, maybe the most I expect is 2 to 3 times. If you're really a clean freak, I don't mind coming to do the service. I don't even mind cleaning for you per week if it is within your budget. But the way we do it, the details. Also, maybe we do fumigation. I don't expect you to have a cockroach infestation every month. I expect it to at least really last long for them to come back. Yeah, so our services are not designed to customer retention. Of course, we would love to come back and wash your couches after 6 months, but the period is stretched. So our goal is to get a new client every day. Yeah. Yes.
This is to Joshua. What are the problems that you people face as you're cleaning? Because I presume going to someone's home is getting into their personal space. The people we are seeing out here differently, and maybe they have witchcraft, they have their own other things that are really weird. So what have your encounters been when getting to people's personal spaces?
Let me start with the witchcraft thing. I don't think I've personally encountered witchcraft or anything I would call witchcraft with the cleaning, because I don't think I've seen anything like that, honestly speaking.
If you encountered it, you don't even know what it is.
You probably. Yes, exactly. Exactly. If at all, maybe we encountered probably a client with that. Maybe they hide it well, or they keep it away when we are coming. I don't know. I really don't know. So yeah, but problems we face, like when we are going to clients' homes, some clients share like wrong pins, location pins. So you find it difficult getting there. Like they can direct you to this hill, later on the other one. That is really challenging. You know, someone, you're telling him, I'm seeing a small house. He's like, oh no, you're supposed to be seeing a big one. And you're like, what? So that happens. There are those challenges, like misdirection and all that. Then with the cleaning, sometimes clients understate the state of the house. Yeah. So you'll find that they told you it's a 2-bedroom house, but then you find every bedroom is on its own floor.
Yeah.
That happens.
I think it is very, very, very dirty.
Then someone tells you, oh my, like most so newly constructed houses, they're like, oh, but the Ascari has been doing some maintenance. Then you come and just find like, oh, the foundation dust is also still there. That happens also sometimes. And I think those are like, that is the biggest challenge, the
misquoting, yeah.
Because it actually happened recently. But
generally, because clients honestly are not honest. Yeah, we have to renegotiate sometimes. If the place is really big. Because I remember there's a guy who said he has a regular 4-bedroom house. You guys, this guy had a 4-bedroom house. Each of them was self-contained. Some of the bedrooms had reading rooms. He had a library. He had a pool house. Like, the house was almost thrice as big as he had mentioned. And the fact that he said it was maybe it was a regular house to him, but we had to say, okay, we underquoted, we brought maybe 5 people, we need 10, we even need to go into a second day because the work is really big, yeah. So, as he said, it happens. We do misquote work, but most of the time it's not our fault. It's because we don't inspect everyone's house, because again, we wouldn't be able to visit 5 people's houses every day. Again, for privacy cases, if we're not going to serve you, we also don't want to be in your personal space. So we usually ask them to just tell us how many bedrooms do you have, are they self-contained, details so that we give you a proper quotation. But some people are humble enough to downsize their houses. And then you get there and the place is bigger, so you have to renegotiate, which is honestly inconveniencing because, again, if they refuse, you have to return their deposit and go back home and refund everyone's transport. So we try our level best not to avoid being in that situation. Yeah.
About privacy, haven't you dealt, because these are people's personal spaces still, haven't you dealt with maybe a worker taking out whatever they saw somewhere in a client's home?
So we had a suspicion sometime, but because there were other service providers in the house, we couldn't ascertain that it was our people. But that was also a good learning experience. So now we are getting forms where clients have to fill in their valuables. If you have a laptop in the house, a phone in the house, watches that you really feel are worth mentioning, jewelry you feel is worth mentioning, minus a TV. I mean, a TV is not going to go missing. But like small things that can be packed, I'd be shocked if a TV went missing on my watch because I'm like, oh, it's at the door. So anyway, so you learn and keep measures, yeah? Because before it happens, you think, oh, my people can't do this. But when there's a suspicion, you're like, okay, is it my people or the other people that were in the house? Because sometimes we clean houses and they have maids, they have electricians coming in, they have plumbers coming in, people are moving in and moving out of the house. So if they say it's your people who took it, you don't know that. So there are times where we also do check bags just to eliminate.
Don't the workers feel like...
No, I tell them why. I tell them why we have to check their bags. Leave your bags in my car, move in with only uniform, and when you're coming out, let us check you. Because when a client says, my TV went missing, I'll tell her it is not us, and I'm sure that I'm not lying, yeah? So you have, as much as it's uncomfortable, I mean, we get checked going into supermarkets all the time, so what's the difference between you protecting your work, your reputation? So there are some measures, of course, we're putting in place. We intend to have more measures in like moving forward. They're just expensive. I mean, we might need surveillance so that we know who entered this room and what they came out with.
Yeah.
Or did their maid go in after them? Because I mean, also a maid can use that opportunity to steal from the boss, because I mean the other service providers, I've been with my boss for 7 years, nothing has got lost. There is no way they're going to suspect me. So you have to put precautions when you're moving into people's houses. And also you have to have psychological, mental abuse, even sexual abuse in your mind, because it could happen. We had a client a long time ago, actually even before COVID, who I was suspicious because he used to say he doesn't want boys to wash his laundry. Yeah, and I'll be like, okay. I really tried to negotiate with him on, they'll do an amazing job. I've been doing laundry with them for the past 1 year. They are amazing. They'll do a good job. He's like, no, I don't know how I feel. Like my neighbor seeing a boy at my balcony washing for me, you know. I said, okay, I'll respect his choices and I'll send him a girl. But then there's a girl who had washed for him like previously, but she wasn't available that particular day. So I wanted to send another one. He insisted that he wants the other girl. I said, no, she's not available. She's going to another client's place, but there's this other one available. And he said, can I see a picture? I was like, bro, I think we need to cancel this order because the person you want is not available, and we maybe wait for next weekend when she's there. Yeah. So he kept trying to push the next weekend. So I didn't know how to tell him no. So I just kept pushing him until he gave up. But
He was there. Did
He
the
was-
girl say anything about the client?
later on when I sent another girl, so now during COVID, I sent someone else there. And I told her to give me feedback, like when she gets there, if he's making her uncomfortable, she needs to let me know. So she went there first day, I think everything was okay. Second day, even third day, everything was okay. Fourth day, now he started saying, well, can I take you out? Can we go? And she said, we're not allowed to do that as staff members. because when she went there 3 times and it was okay, I was like, oh, maybe I was misjudging. Because I told him, kindly put your laundry outside. She's going to come and wash, and then she'll hang and leave. Yeah. Because she was doing only laundry. She was not cleaning, so I didn't expect her to go inside the house. So I told her, for your own safety, make sure the laundry is outside, do it and leave. Yeah. So when she told me that, I had to just cut him off. I also had an issue, I think, with a client when I was just beginning. This client touched me inappropriately when I was mopping. I told him I'm not comfortable with that. And that was the last time I heard from him. Like, I finished the job.
He paid you?
He did.
Oh, at least.
Thank God, I know. So he did, but that was like the last time he ever contacted me. I understood why, and I did honestly care. I'm glad I came out safely. So we haven't had real serious issues, but those things happen. I mean, you're going to meet clients who are very rude. They'll talk to you and you'll even want to cry. And I look like a strong person, but guys, I have cried because of clients before. I think twice I've broken down on phone with clients because they're stressing me out, because they don't want to pay, and I just get to a point where I can't talk anymore and I'm just crying. I know it's so immature, but like, it's how I express myself. It's unprofessional. Honestly, imagine you went to a bank and Stella just decides to cry because you're stressing out. So anyway, there are clients who really stress you out to the point where, you know what?
Don't pay me.
Just leave it. I've actually got to that point where I say, you know what? If you don't want to pay, keep the money. I'm not going to call you again to demand. Just keep your money, you know? Because I am done coming to your house, you know? Have you ever gone to someone's house? You remember? This guy, we worked for him. And you know the funny thing? I told him why I take deposits. So originally, I never used to ask for deposits. I used to just come to your home, we clean, and then you pay 100%. But because people sometimes would take long to pay, and I have to pay workers out of my own money, yet by then I was at campus, I don't really have money. I'm not going to pay 3 people out of pocket because a client is delaying to pay. So I started asking for a 50% deposit, and then I would clear the workers and everything, and then at least I know that the company money will come in later. So I told this guy, please kindly pay a 50% deposit. He's like, but that means you don't trust your clients. I told him, no, it's company policy. He paid it. When I got to his home, he really pondered on it and like, why do you ask people for deposits? I told him why. Some clients delay to pay and it becomes a burden for me to clear the company bills. Guess what? I left this guy's home. He said he's going to send my balance, and it took almost 5 months. He stopped picking my calls. He blocked me on WhatsApp. I had to use my friend's number to call him, and surprisingly, he picked. I was like, I thought this guy's phone was stolen or something. So I told him, this is Joy. We worked at your home. You did not pay our balance. I'm calling to inform you that you can keep it, because I went to his home. He said, okay, he wasn't there, but he's like, oh, I'm at work, but let me send this boy to put for you mobile money. I sat at his home for almost an hour and a half until I was just embarrassed and left. I was like, so anyway, he paid like after 6 months. Somehow I miraculously received money, and I checked and it was his name. I said, oh, okay, crazy. But yeah, those things happen, and I know they happen to a lot of people. It can even be your unfortunate incident, and in your first job ever, you don't get paid. Yeah. And that's so demoralizing for a startup. You might even quit, and say, you know what, I think business is not for me, especially if you're really heavily invested. So yeah, there are bad clients, but from my experience, majority of the clients are honest. Yeah, most of them are honest. Yeah. Because if I've worked on maybe 1,000 people, I think only like 8 have not paid, which the ratio is really small. So just be patient with people. Some are just mean. Yeah.
What if
for someone out there that maybe has the passion to start up a cleaning business, but then they don't have the skills? Like you said from your story, you started by cleaning church. Later on, the business kept on growing. So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, like, how did you develop these skills of using machines, from your hands to machines, all that? Did you go for a small course or use YouTube maybe?
Not really. Yeah. First of all, you can use YouTube. But secondly, everywhere you buy, for example, a phone, they'll put that SIM card for you. They'll even show you how it works most of the times. If you buy a TV, usually if you buy Wi-Fi, usually they install for you, they show you how to change the password, whatever. It's the same as cleaning equipment. When you go to a company to buy a machine, they test it for you, they show you how it works, and every time you get a problem with it, they can even send you someone to help you, show you something. So we've learned from the service providers where we buy machinery from, but even before we buy it, because we are obsessed with the activities, we usually have watched TikToks of these people using the machinery. And you guys, machinery is easier than manual work. Usually you just have to walk behind it and let it do its work, yeah? You just have to guide it of like side and knock a wall. So they are really basic to use, yeah.
To some people, let me just be clear. To some people just feel like cleaning the house is just maybe sweeping, mopping. Some people would not mind maybe cleaning the windows, like minding those small corners. Yeah. Some people just feel like cleaning is just mopping the floor. Like how would you, like by the way, at your company, like do you like skill some people? Do you teach them? Like,
we teach everyone, yeah, because all of them that come know how to do basic cleaning, but they do not to use the machinery. So the first few weeks, like 1-2 weeks, we teach them. We take them to work and say, when you clean the floor, you're supposed to also clean the skirting. When you clean the windows, you're supposed to also clean the gypsum ceiling. Yeah, when you clean the bathroom, because people clean the bathroom and they never clean the water heater, and it's always the dirtiest. So you teach them that even the water heater needs to be wiped, even above the shower head that you don't see is usually the dirtiest. You need to wipe it. You teach them. People learn, yeah. And then for the machinery, you teach them. You're like, this is the on button. This is how it works. This is the off button. This is how you increase the pressure. This is how you increase the water. This is how you reduce the water. So you teach them. We always teach everyone. We've never, I think like only 2 people have come from another cleaning company and were already skilled. But all the other people who are by the like almost 40, right? Who have passed through our company, we taught them from scratch. Yeah.
And even to the rest of our viewers, we are really sorry. I'm sure this must have been an interesting conversation, and we are really sorry. But we shall talk to Joy, with a nice voice, and see if maybe she can come back for you.
I've accepted. I'll come back.
Thank you. So, to our viewers, thank you so much for being a part of this episode for today. It was amazing to talk about the revolutionizing of the cleaning industry in Uganda. It's important that if you're out there, you start a business of your own, just like Joshua mentioned. And it's always also important that you also don't undermine some businesses, for example, the cleaning business. So it's important that you learn a lot from this episode. I'm sure that there is so much for you to learn from this episode. Thank you so much for being a part of this episode. We love you so much. And we can't thank you enough for always joining us and tuning in every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Smart 24 TV. I remain Clinton Liberty.